Oh, are we on? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quantum Catechesis. I'm Father Joe Krupp, and you are not. And today, it's Thursday, September 7th, the year of our Lord 2023. And we're here today just for, when I say we, I mean me and the triune God. We're here today to talk you through our podcast and the history and all this stuff. And now that I am no longer exiled from Twitter for the horrible crime of saying threatening violence against people is wrong, that's what got me kicked off. We're going to try to do this on Twitter now, too. So we have a podcast. We're on the Facebook. We're on, what do you call that thing? YouTube. And now Twitter or X or whatever the heck it's to be called right now. So for those of you who don't know, we've been doing this podcast for years. And we are doing so well. And we're really fired up about it. If you would like to subscribe to our podcast, there's like 4 years of content on there. And you can search your podcast provider for Joe in Black Ministries. There's theology, history, and a series of infantile jokes and goats screaming. And it's free. So what we've been doing for the last few weeks, 6 weeks, I don't know, is I've been walking us through, I kid you not, a history of Japan. Why? Because God told me to. And all of that to get us to the decision to drop the 2 atomic bombs, to try to give us some historical context for it so that we aren't people just kind of sitting back judging the past without really a ton of knowledge about it. So that's where we've been going. Now, this whole thing started as a response to the quarantine when we were not really leaving our homes. We couldn't do funerals. I just found out, by the way, there are people saying that never happened. I'm like, oh no, trust me, as a guy who did funerals, this happened. We told people you cannot go to your mom's funeral. Did you know this? There's people saying, oh no, that never happened. I'm like, yeah, okay. Put down the crack pipe, Bobby. The adults are talking. So, sorry, this is what a homily is like at my church. What were we talking about? Something with Jesus and God. Oh, so we started going online every day and just trying to bring people together and talk and chat. And then it grew into this thing, whatever the heckola it is. And here we are today with tens of thousands of downloads every week on our podcast. We're in the top 2% of all podcasts, basically because of my good looks. What, Chuck, what? Chuck just threw up in his mouth. I don't know what that's all about. So anyway, the format we've been doing is kind of a talk on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we would bring in a guest and interview him. And then on Fridays, we do question and answer. Well, the thing is this. We've had some fantastic guests. Coach Izzo, Coach D'Antonio have come on here. We had a guy here who grew up on the Los Alamos base because his parents were on the Manhattan Project, which was crazy. All kinds of stuff like this. Well, anyway, here's the key. Most people now who we want on the show want absolutely nothing to do with it. Something about having, what is it called? Taste, standards. So what I've been doing is using Thursdays for content. So we've been doing Wednesday shows, Thursday shows, and Friday shows. Here's the thing. I'm now dean of 12 parishes and 4 schools, and I'm not good at being pastor of 2, let alone all of these. And so here's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to keep our Wednesdays and our Fridays. But in terms of Thursdays, we're only going to do a podcast if we have a guest. And a guest who really doesn't know what they're agreeing to, because that's the only way to get quality people on here. So I know this is going to bum a lot of you out, and I'm so sorry. It's all Carrie's fault. She's drunk. But that's what we're going to do. So you can count on in El Futuro, which is Spanish for the futuro, is we're going to come on every Wednesday on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and our podcast, and we're going to do our show. So next Wednesday, por ejemplo, we're going to continue our discussion on the history of Japan. We just finished up the Battle of Midway, and next we're going to be moving into island hopping, which is not fun. It's not what you like. When I think of island hopping, I'm thinking a case of beer in a folding chair. No, these are more like M1 rifles, grenades, and snakes. So we're going to take a look at that, and that's next week. But Friday, we're going to do what we always do. Submit your questions, and I'll answer them. And if I don't know the answer, I will make something up, and it will sound totally believable. Like, as Pope Eusebius VIII said, things like this. So if you're interested, and if you've not ever tuned in before, please tune in unless you want to stay Catholic and keep your faith in God. Then you should probably find somebody much better at this. But tomorrow, noon Eastern time, here on Twitter or X. What are we supposed to say? On X? Is that what you say? On X, which just doesn't sound good. I will be doing a question and answer thing. So there we are. To close this puppy out, if you would like to subscribe to our podcast, go to your favorite podcast subscriber and search for Joe in Black Ministries. And we came up with that because I wear black. This is clever. If you, same with our YouTube channel, Joe in Black Ministries. On Facebook, Father Joseph J. Krupp. Or you can type in Superstar. That's not true. I think you can actually type in Joe in Black on Facebook too, right? As well as on Twitter, Joe in Black. So we got kind of a thing going here. And I'd look forward to you joining us or joining the podcasts or whatever. So again, for my grizzled veterans, especially my thugs and my foreign correspondents, let's go through them. Ready? Bren Van in Canada. Patricia in Scotland. Richard in the UK. And Sabine in the fatherland, right? We're still going to pay you guys the same. In fact, I'm going to double your pay. But we will not be doing Thursday